What's going on, everybody? Hongus here. Sounds like mangoes. Back to you with another book review. This time it's going to be on Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. He's best known for being on the Joe Rogan Experience, having millions of views online, his in-depth speeches, and his thematic talks about religion. But today I want to more personally focus on 12 rules for life and what creative people can kind of take away from this book and apply it to their own work or mindset. There are 12 rules as the book implies it, but I only want to focus on the few that have truly impacted my day-to-day life. So rule number 1 is stand up straight with your shoulders back. Posture doesn't just reflect your physical well-being, but also your mental state. And this is where one of Jordan Peterson's most infamous memes comes from, which are lobsters. Like, he loves the lobsters. He loves the lobster king. And up to this extent, I never once thought about what I had in common with a lobster, but we share a lot of psychological traits with lobsters. And the one that he really points out to is when two males fight. When two male lobsters fight with one another, depending on who wins and loses, one lobster, the winner, will have a boost in his testosterone, essentially just confidence and willing to take on bigger and better challenges and have a better sight for high risk and high reward, while the losing lobster is less prone to taking risk, doesn't want to try as many things, and has a smaller home. You know, we don't really fight as people these days. Like, you're not gonna go out there and punch someone so that you can get your testosterone up, but day in and day out we have micro wins and loses. Like, you might not get the client that you want, but you have major wins. Like, you finally get that promotion, or you catch your bus at the exact same time. A lot of times we get smaller and smaller as we lose. We do this more than ever unsubconsciously, sadly, because we're just hunched over on our desk and we're looking down. And the smaller that you are, the less likely you are to take risks. This isn't Jordan Peterson, but I think it's just about physical well-being. I think that physical exercise is one of the most important things that a creative individual can do just so that they can focus. And the way that I really tried to implement this rule was, whenever I went to the gym, was just to hang on the bars and rotate my neck as often as I could, 10 times one way, you know, like clockwise, 10 times counterclockwise. This made me just feel taller, like a lot taller, and it made my shoulders more broad. And the broader that, I'm not trying to show off, it's just, you know, like, it makes you look bigger. I'm also using a 20mm lens, so it just makes me look fatter. So actually it's 16, so it's even fatter. But with that will come more confidence. It's just a natural rule in the animal empire. Bigger things eat smaller things, right? Then there's rule 6, which is set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. This is where another meme comes in, which is, you know, clean your room. And most people are like, what are you, my mother? Jordan really talks about people in their 20s, who I think are the vast majority of his population. People in their 20s or adolescents really want to change the world, which is a notable goal. It's one of loftiness and one that everybody has. However, it is insanely difficult for one person to change the world. It typically takes a group of people who have stuff in order for them to go out there and make a difference. And this doesn't essentially mean, for me, that you make your goals less lofty, but you try to remove the outside chatter in a stoic way and only focus on what is internal, what is in your control. Not only that, but lowering the expectations of what is to come and what you can pursue. I try to do this with, like, my studio here and my room at home, and it is insanely difficult to keep everything in order. You realize how much of a mess your mind can be by the good old saying, your room is a reflection of who you are. And I notice this pretty often with myself. If the week is just so immensely difficult, the laundry isn't picked up, or my phones aren't charged, or, you know, the bed isn't made. However, I know I'm having a really great week when everything feels in perfect order in my bedroom. I know exactly where my keys are, where my wallet's at, and everything that I need flows really, really well. And I think there's always that funny moment when you have a really great day and you come in, you're walking into the room and you feel insanely big. You walk in there and you feel very tiny because everything's cluttered, everything a mess. And that's when you like kind of notice that, I wasn't doing my best work just yet because of this clutter of a mess that takes up a lot of time and effort for me to clean up. Rule 7, which is pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. I think in this timeline that we created for ourselves, where every creative person thinks that the ultimate goal should be fortune, fame, subscribers, views, it is very easy to get that if you're willing to take these immense shortcuts like stealing people's content, saying that it is transformative, never giving credit to the creator, or just starting beef with someone online for no other reason than to just start beef. These are ways to garner attention, but they are not meaningful, they are not lasting. Meaning is lasting. Jordan Peterson in the book talks a lot about marriage and how marriage is truly meaningful. Cultivating a family, bringing kids into the equation, how much meaning children give into someone's life, because it is about being insanely selfish for someone else and you're no longer the center of your universe. You have to share that with someone else. And it's like a piece of work. Any piece of work that we made is like a little baby. It's like a little baby, right? You're trying to make something that is from you, that it comes from within. It's not about the numbers, it's not about the views. It's about bringing something to life that will hopefully resonate with one other person. I think rule 7 really is the rule that encompasses who Jordan Peterson is in the book, which is meaningfulness. What brings you meaning? What brings you value? For a creative person, that could be, making that next great photograph, the next video, that next song. And for other people, it might just be like going out for hikes, going to your 9 to 5, and then being at home to be with the kids, right? What is it that brings meaning to a world that feels like there's so much chaos in very rare order? So Jordan Peterson, philosopher, thinker, individual, has really shaped me. I even met the guy once and I was like blown away. I would highly recommend it to anybody. And let me know what your thoughts are. What do you find interesting about him? Have you read him? Pretty sure everyone has kind of heard of him. But those are my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know yours. Because as always, I thank you so much for your time and your attention. My name is Asmi Hongos, and I will catch you in the next one.